success your side's displayed?
I thought, irrelevant of systems, and I know you change the system, that immediately will get brought up because people look for reasons or excuses, but all I would say is the first 45 minutes we created 4 or 5 absolute clear-cut chances, more than we did second half really. So systems and everything else, it's not down to that at all. It's simply down to people not being able to do the jobs and unreliable, and I guess that's why we are where we are, with a set of players who, as you could see at spells today, with a set of players who can more than compete with any team in the league on ability and technique. But you saw again today, 5 goals in the last 2 games, all people knocking off, all people not doing the jobs properly, all people being unreliable. It isn't good enough. It isn't good enough by any stretch. I totally understand. I don't always agree with how supporters or certain people put things, but I certainly totally understand the frustration and the disappointment with how this season's panned out. I've been here a short time, and I'm starting to feel exactly the same, because all the work we do in the week, everything I see on a daily basis, at times today when you want them to kick on and be strong mentally and take the initiative, always doesn't seem to happen recently. So just I'm totally bemused as to why it keeps happening, and I have to get to the bottom of it, and I will.
We speak to you after every game, and this does seem to be the angriest you've been.
Yeah, I just think you play against a side who are doing really well. They've been at the top for a reason all season virtually. You know the strengths, you know exactly where the danger is, but it's not you can't cope with it physically because you're not able to. And that's a side of football I don't get. That's a side of football I don't get. How people can't do the jobs properly, how people can knock off, how people can be unreliable when I'm asking them just to focus for 90 minutes. So yeah, it is frustrating. And I am angry. Of course I am. I'd like to consider myself quite level-headed, laid-back manager, but that today really did clearly sort of show me exactly what we need to do next season.
Do you feel some players might have missed an opportunity to impress you today?
No, I don't think it's that. I think we scored. But if you look at how hard we have to work to score goals, our goals have to be very good goals. Teams are scoring free headers. Teams are scoring from second phases on set plays. Teams are scoring when they make a run 30 yards out from goal and nobody follows them. They're just mistakes. That's not good football, and it's just preying on our mistakes, and it's not something I'm used to, and it's not something I'm going to allow. Certainly looking at the next season.
Will that first half performance put you off using that system in future? Because you've said previously that 3-5-2 is the way you want to go.
No, Ian, I've just said to you, there's nothing to do with the system. Of course, it hasn't put me off the system. We created more chances first half than we created second half. I've just said that to you. So nothing to do with the system. The goal that they scored was nothing to do with us. Our system, was it? It was a corner and a free header. So no, nothing to do with the system. It's something I will look at. The personnel is something I will look at. But system's got nothing to do with the 3 goals we conceded today.
Alex Kempster made way today, but when he came on, he showed another glimpse of his talent.
Yeah, Kempster's had, for his standards, a quiet couple of weeks. As I say, I wanted to try that system today. I wanted to play with 2 up top for a change. I think Maka proved in the first half that if you play him as a central striker, off a striker, he can be very, very dangerous, which he was, and he could have arguably been coming off with a hat-trick at half time. But yeah, I wanted to have a look at him in the 2. Kempster was the one that unfortunately missed out there, and I had to make the change to put another striker on because we were losing, and that's the only reason I made the change, nothing to do with the system.
Were there any injury absentees today?
Yeah, Parky got himself injured in training, and that's about it really. That's about it. The rest of it, there's been a couple of illnesses. Joe had an illness for about a week, so it didn't really put him in contention to start, but apart from that, as I say, there's spells today which it does prove that we can more than compete with teams. Apart from the first 2 games, which were very disappointing, we've never played a team yet who I consider to be better than us. But there's a reason we are where we are, and that's what needs addressing.
Quick turnaround now, Bradford on Monday. You'll be looking for a reaction.
Yeah, I'd just be not necessarily a reaction as in I didn't think they played horrendously. I'm just looking for people I can rely on, and as I say, that's what any manager would say the same thing.